Hello everyone, welcome to Sunrise podcast, a new podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dave, and second host, Abhi, who chose the name Sunrise. Let's hear from him why he picked the name.
Hello everyone, this is Abhi, your co-host along with Dave. Thank you Dave for introducing the podcast. This is Sunrise, a cricket podcast, and I chose the name Sunrise because Sunrise is a cricket term which most of the cricketing world does not use very commonly. It's very rare. It's another term for an extra, or extras includes wides, no balls, leg byes and byes. If you have noticed cricket matches in Australia, if you have seen the scorecards at the stadium, it would have the term Sunrise below it. It's a really interesting term used by Australians, and that's why I chose the name.
Yeah, when you pitched this name, that was new for me, so I was definitely excited, and it's a new, unique name, so it's good. Okay, so let's get into the topic. We started this podcast as a fun thing to do, and I hope we will be able to get you guys some useful information and some fun time pass as well. So we are starting now along with Asia Cup 2023. So the idea is we're planning to cover mostly India games, Indian cricket team, as we both of us support Indian cricket team. So we're planning to focus mainly on the Indian team, along with some touch base on here and there on other cricket teams to give you a full picture. We might do a bit of fan review based on fan point of view. May not be too much technical because we leave that to the experts. So, do you want to start on India-Pakistan game, Abhi?
One thing that I would like to kind of impress upon is that both the games that India have played so far, both the India-Pakistan game and the India-Nepal game, were affected by rain, which was really frustrating for Indian cricket fans and cricket fans as a whole, because not just India and Pakistan cricket followers of cricket around the world get really excited when India and Pakistan meet in any ICC competition or Asia Cup. So in such a game, if rain comes and plays spoilport, it really is a hammer blow for both the country which hosts the game and also the TV viewership as well. So it was a rain spoiled game, but it still gave us really interesting some really interesting cricket. Whatever happened in the game, I think we only had India bat, but it still gave us a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting statistics also in the game. I would like to first start upon by congratulating Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya for their knocks. They really bailed India out of a tough situation at 66 for 4. One more wicket could have pushed the match either way, but they came in and steadied the ship and took India to a really, really respectable total. That's what I feel, that their partnership was the highlight of the game for me.
Yeah, definitely. I considering I think what happened, every time India's top order collapses, it always happens in semi-finals or quarterfinals, mostly semi-finals, because we don't Indian fans knows whenever there's a semi-final, we are all afraid of top order collapse. It is a good thing it happened in this tournament in the first game, to make things better, it didn't it didn't affect us that much because the middle order played extremely well, which is exactly what was expected of them. Unfortunately, we never touched middle orders in group stages in any of our previous tournaments, but it's good we had a collapse in our first game. I think that's how I'm seeing that.
Definitely a positive way to see it, but moving forward, I think because this is a really common occurrence in high pressure games where our top order collapses. We should really try to work on the top order batting, especially against teams which have really good pace attacks, like Pakistan, for example. Um, I know we've heard Rohit Sharma say that we cannot simulate how Shaheen Afridi bowls in practice. We can only practice with what we have and all that in his latest press conference. But with the technology associated with cricket growing so quickly, with analysis and everything, data driven analysis growing so much, I think they would have enough of a sample space to kind of analyze how they can mitigate the threat of bowlers like Shaheen Afridi, Trent Bolt, really quality new ball bowlers, and kind of prevent these top order collapses in crucial games that could really, uh, you know, improve our chances of winning a major trophy. We've not won a major trophy for a long time, so it would really help us if our top order fires in high pressure games.
Yeah, like I think by listing the bowlers, mainly it's all left arm seam bowlers, like with the new ball. I think whenever there's a fast left arm bowler, there is a collapse, mostly.
It's not a one-time thing, also, right? Shaheen Afridi troubles us every single time he comes and bowls against us.
We could continue to list. List goes on. If you go back, we have had Junaid Khan, Mohammad Amir, Shaheen Afridi is just new in the list, and Mitchell Stark.
In the 2019 World Cup as well, like we had Trent Bolt trouble us in the semi-final. So I understand that there is no real quality left arm pacer in our attack right now, but that cannot be an excuse for not being prepared to face these bowlers.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's get into a bit more detail. What's your take on Ishan Kishan? Like, apart from, yes, he played really well and he came in a place where he's not used to bat at. It's like number 5, I believe. So he is playing this game as a substitute kind of for KL Rahul, because KL Rahul is not available in the first 2 games. Otherwise, he would not have even had a chance. Now, again in Nepal, he didn't get to bat. Against Nepal, he didn't get to bat today. So, considering the next time we meet, we are going to play Pakistan on September 10th. What do you think we could expect? Since we are covering India-Pakistan game, I'm just throwing this out there.
For starters, just throw him in the playing 11 again, right? For if you score 80 odd runs in really high pressure situation against Pakistan, bail us out of trouble, the least that he could get another chance. And I know there is a lot of talk about our middle order for the World Cup, which is a huge tournament. Who's going to play number 4? Who's going to play number 5? Is it going to be Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul? Is it going to be there has been talk about Tilak Varma potentially being in the squad. I would say that if Ishan Kishan continues to play this way, he deserves a place in the 15-member World Cup squad. I think they're announcing the squad tomorrow, if I'm not wrong. But one thing that the commentators noted rightly while we were playing the Pakistan game is he could be potentially our only left-handed batsman in the lineup, like top 7, until say Jadeja comes in. So it is really important to have a variety in the in the middle order, because there are teams with a lot of wrist spinners. They will bring in wrist spinners because the tournament is in India, and it will be really good to have left-hander in the top 5, especially someone like Ishan Kishan, who plays spin really well. If he could slot in at number 5 and play these kind of innings, that would be great. One thing to note as well, he initially deviated a little bit from his natural game, which is really attacking. He could up the ante really quick and start scoring really quickly if he wants to. That's something I feel he could do. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think I also personally feel it would be unfair to take him off the playing 11 at this moment, considering what he done in the last game and also the situation that he came in at. And I think after hearing many people say there are two options, one is keep him at the same place or just move Kohli down and play him at number 3. We don't know what's going to happen. It could go either way. Or personally, I will not be surprised if management replaced him with KL Rahul to say, oh, that's what we planned for, we're going to stick with it.
The other thing to note is, I would say, the batting of Hardik Pandya, how it has evolved over the past few years. We've always seen him as a pinch hitter who could come and hit few sixes in the end and take us to a good score, like when he comes in the last 10 overs. But he batted with a great sense of responsibility, and he's been doing that for a little while now, knowing how to play the situation. What do you think has changed in his batting? Like how do you think his batting has evolved over the past few years?
I think it all started with Gujarat Titans, right? So I don't want to bring an IPL here, but I believe that's where it all started, where he took the captaincy and he took the responsibility to bat higher up the order, to bat at number 4. He showed that he has the ability to pace the innings, to rotate strike, and also go big in the late overs if he stayed that long, which I think he is taking that now into ODI international for India, which is great sign considering his ability to hit sixes at will in late overs. In addition to bowling excellent overs, especially today, I was really impressed with his bowling. So he's becoming irreplaceable in Indian cricket more and more.
Most definitely, limited overs. Having an asset like him is really, really important. Keeping him fit is also important for the balance of the team. You lose him, you lose a batsman and a bowler. So it's like you have to bring in two people to do the role he does. So really important that he stays fit for the World Cup, and I'm pretty sure he'll have a really successful tournament if he continues this run of form and the temperament that he has right now. If he carries it into the World Cup as well, it'll be amazing for the team.
Yeah, for sure. So let's slowly shift gear and kind of merge both India versus Nepal and India versus Pakistan, because we only got batting in India versus Pakistan. We need to talk about Indian bowling and fielding. So that's why we are kind of switching to India versus Nepal. I don't know. Like, I was extremely surprised to see the fielding today, especially the first 5 overs. We had 3 drop chances. And we had 2 drop chances back to back. One from Kohli, which was extremely surprising, and the other one from Shreyas Iyer, which was a slip. That too on the first over. So both of them dropped the openers, and they went on to score 60 odd runs. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I think, are they being rusty because they haven't played in a while, or should we not read too much into this?
Both, Shreyas Iyer is coming off of a long-term injury. Kohli hasn't played really in a long time. Like limited overs cricket, he's been rested for our, bilateral tours and everything, and he's just coming in now. So they need a little bit more, ground practice. But the quality of the fielders, both of them are really surprising how they drop the catch. I don't know if they were being complacent or something, but it's a common saying that catches win matches. Everybody says that, and today was an example of why. So you drop a catch, your openers went on to score runs. So it's really important to iron out those little flaws, and this is what the tournament can do, especially playing against Nepal, playing against Pakistan in the group stages of this tournament. This is where we could make those mistakes and potentially get away with it, and not do it in the final or the semi-final. So this is a good outing for us, where we have most of our 11 that's going to play the majority of the Asia Cup and the World Cup play together, and kind of get warmed up to each other, warmed up as a team. So it is common to see a little bit of these errors come in if people are playing after a while, or we are playing in a new setting. But I think these are the games where you make these mistakes, learn from them, and put your A game in the games that really matter the most, like the semi-final or the final. So I'm not really concerned per se, because I know the quality of the fielders. The quality of Indian fielding has dramatically improved over the last few years, and I'm not. This is not a sign for a huge concern or something like that. They're going to come back and take spectacular catches next game. They practice more.
Well, they did. They did even in this game. I think there was a catch that Kohli took after between 10 to 20th over. It was an excellent catch at the exact same position, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, it was good to see. Maybe we could wrap it up with one more person, which we must talk about, Shardul Thakur. So I will tell you my point on Shardul Thakur. Like, I have always had soft corner for him because, I have heard the things that he's been through and how he got into the place. He reminds me mostly of Kedar Jadhav, who was called as Golden Arm, because whenever he comes in, he just breaks partnership. Similarly, Shardul Thakur have been breaking partnership whenever there's a need. And today he came in, 11th over or something. They were going really strong. They scored 61 for their opening partnership, and he just came in. He gave a 6. In the next ball, he took a wicket. He broke the partnership, and that's from there on. Our bowling definitely looked better, and we moved on. And he didn't score runs, even though that's why he's in for. He's in for Mohammad Shami, which is a big shoe to fill. But do you think it's a good call? Do you think should we continue with Shardul Thakur in the future, considering his bowling ability, of course, and we have seen his batting ability a little bit in the past, but in the recent times for India, he haven't had that many chances to bat. But whenever he got a chance, unfortunately, he couldn't deliver.
Yeah, I mean, Shardul Thakur has been a really, really useful bowler for us, in the sense that when he comes in, he definitely breaks a partnership or two. Not just in this tournament, he's been doing that in the past as well. Most famously, in India's fourth test against England in the Oval in 2021, Joe Root was batting really well. In the fourth innings, England were heading for a victory. He came in, got the wicket of Joe Root, and we were able to bowl England out for 210, and we won the game. So that was a really famous incident, and he's been doing that for a while now. But the only thing that I feel Shardul Thakur lacks is consistency. We've seen flashes of what he can do with both bat and ball. He comes in, plays a couple of explosive shots, and then gets out. Especially in limited overs cricket, I feel like we haven't seen the best of his batting. We've seen a lot of good innings from him in Test match arena, but in limited overs cricket, we haven't seen him do a lot with the bat. We are looking for a bowler who could bat at his position, because our tail will be really exposed with 3 fast bowlers, Bumrah, Shami and Siraj. That is why we are looking to take Shami or Siraj with Shardul because of his ability to bat. But if he continues to kind of disappoint with the bat, then we have a problem here. We need to find another solution for that. We need to either get in someone like an Ashwin or an Akshar Patel, and kind of rely on Hardik Pandya to give us 10 overs as a seamer. So it's really a tricky situation here with Shardul, especially if he doesn't continue to produce with the team, and has a really tough call to make. And I hope he doesn't put us in that situation.
True. I think if you ask me, it's just outside of box thinking. Maybe I would say we could simply have one more batsman, because the way that Hardik Pandya is bowling, I'm sure he can bowl all his 10 overs unless until there's some injury concern. So if we get three seam bowlers, Hardik Pandya, Shami or Siraj with Bumrah, we have two spin bowlers, Kuldeep Yadav and Jadeja. So we got 50 overs covered. So we will not be missing much from Shardul Thakur as a bowler, except, as we said, like if we need break partnership, we'll be looking for Shardul Thakur. But it would be nice if one of the top order could bowl a couple of overs. For example, we have seen Rohit Sharma bowled before. Maybe he could bowl 1 over or 2 over just to do it, just to fill in some overs in between if there is some dull phase, especially considering it's a 50 over cricket. There will be dull phase. And Virat Kohli, I don't know whether he's going to do it, but Shreyas Iyer we have seen he had done before, so he could do it. So by doing this way, we will have extra batter who can play both Ishan Kishan and KL Rahul. I think this could be one choice. I don't think they're going to go with it, but I'm just putting it out there.
Well, I mean, we do have batsmen like Tilak Verma. He can bowl a little bit of off spin. If we are looking for an additional batting option, or like you said, maybe Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli could spin their arm over. That would be like a stopgap solution, especially with the concern of over bowling Hardik Pandya. That's one of the concerns that Hardik Pandya has expressed in the past, is when he's not been bowling 10 overs really consistently in one-day cricket, because there is a lot of fear about him of his injury recurring and it going to a long recovery process. So having Shardul gives us an additional kind of cushion for Hardik or Shardul himself. If he goes for runs, Hardik can cover for him, and if Hardik goes for runs, Shardul can cover for him, and vice versa. So for right now, I like the 11 that we have, Shardul being in the 11. I really hope he starts firing in his batting, because if he does fire in his batting, we have a really long batting lineup. We've seen teams with, like, for example, England, they bat till 8-9. That's been their biggest success in limited overs, is their long batting lineup, the presence of solid all-rounders like Ben Stokes, Chris Wokes, who could bat and bowl. So we have an option like that in Shardul Thakur, who could potentially do a bowler who could come up with some quick runs kind of situation. It will be really helpful for us, because if you look at the Pakistan game, he got in the right situation, 41st or the 42nd over, and all he had to do was get us some quick runs. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be put into more situations like that. And if he could fire in his batting, it could be a really good sign for the team. So for now, I would keep Shardul Thakur in instead of kind of experimenting with maybe an extra batter or something, because he has the potential in him to really, amp up his batting and get us some quick runs. He could do the 20 ball 30s or the 15 ball 25s. He could do that in the 43rd, 42nd over. It will get us some good totals if we are batting first. So tomorrow, September 5th, is going to be a really exciting day for Indian cricket fans and cricket fans all around the world. India is going to be announcing their 15-man probable squad for the Cricket World Cup. It's going to be really interesting to see the squad, who comes in, do they make any inclusions to their Asia Cup squad, who do they drop, what kind of bowling and batting combinations they go with. It's going to be very interesting to see the 15-man probable squad. So we'll be back for our next episode to dissect the 15-man squad for the World Cup, and also give a little bit of preview about the India versus Pakistan Super 4 game of the Asia Cup.
Yeah, thank you, Abhi. Thank you everyone for listening to the first episode. I hope you all had fun. And we'll look forward to tomorrow's squad, as Abhi mentioned. We can't wait to bring you guys our second episode. Please like, share with your friends, and definitely leave your feedback. And do follow us on Twitter at Sundries Podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.